Following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, it is the third week in a row we're trying this new setup. And you know what? It's the third week in a row with a new host of problems. Yes, we got a brand new computer, a new audio interface, and nothing is working. So we're back to square one, essentially. So apologize about the audio quality. But you know what? Fuck it. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 369 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most plagued by tech issues. Is that right? I don't know. But
yeah, technologically fucked up.
Technologically fucked up, world's most dangerous podcast. And you know what? It's recorded in front of no one, apparently, because I'm sure no one waited around for 2 hours for this. So right off the bat, I know I'm kind of getting sick of talking about tech issues. I'm pretty fucking sick of them myself, but we just spent the last 3 or so hours trying to troubleshoot because we had a brand new computer, we had a brand new audio interface, and none of it's working. So we're basically back to square one where we were a couple weeks ago. So I apologize about the audio quality. We're actually not even using the mics on the other end because we just can't get things to work right. So we're going to have, it was basically get in a short show now or don't do it, and that wasn't an option. So we are here, episode 369. We're going to jump right into things pretty quickly. This is going to be a quick episode, and I apologize about that, but we have troubleshooted for so long that we just kind of run out of time. So on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about a film called Nekrotronic. Interested to talk about this and get some takes on this, see what you guys think. And so I am broadcasting from the Newcastle Wolfenstein and from the lair of lost swag within the Raven Chateau. We have, I'll go ahead and introduce everyone, the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pigs, Fetus, the upcoming Morbid Tales and Septic, and one-time contributor for Horrorhound Magazine, Monster Zero.
Hey, everybody.
You make it sound worse by, saying gibberish. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Dynamite drop. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Good start. Good fucking start.
We also have the triumph-riding, stage-erecting, whiskey-drinking, chief of security, the warrior of nor'easters, America's sweetheart, Rick Rubin's stunt double. He drinks and breaks things, Ares, god of war.
Okay, just be warned, 3 hours of tech issues is a lot of whiskey for me, so you've been warned.
That is true. That is true. And finally, we have the glorified grip, chain-smoking, hand-kissing, baby-shaking, lorazepam-loving, former comic book reading nerd, the official smoke chamber for Castle Wolfenstein.
Motherfucker!
And did you hit him?
He hit me on the head with a hammer!
Holy shit. All right, I'm stopping.
So sorry. You're not.
I'm
taking that
stopping.
away from you.
I'm stopping the intro. Your intro's done.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened there.
You're so into your intro that you got to hit him in the head with a goddamn mallet.
Ares, punch him, please.
No, I'm so sorry, Aries. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
You're not allowed to play with this again.
No.
Give that back to Marion.
Can I have it back after the show?
No.
No, you never get that back.
All right. I apologize, Aries. Want me to kiss it, make it better? No.
Rub
A
it.
little bit, yeah.
Give him a hand job or something.
Yeah. That's a bad idea, John. That's a bad idea.
If you touch me with that hand, you pull back a no.
Monster Zero, touch Aries.
I am not going to do that.
And then say, oh, what a lovely tea party. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And I'm sorry. Baba
Rub his head and say, I just bought a bunch of bananas.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
I'm not from Havana.
So while I was trying to diagnose tech issues, and you guys were helping too, but MZ was leading a fucking choir of 80s sitcom fucking theme songs.
He can't take all the blame for that. I did play a few myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Aries was just as bad as me.
And I sing along. I think, but the thing, what people don't understand, and maybe you forget what you remember, Johnny, is that we were doing that to kind of keep our spirits up.
Your spirits don't matter. His spirits matter.
But I can't help Johnny doing the interfacing.
The interface?
Yeah. But no, I think, and you know what? I'll be fair. I think that you and I have had a really good connection over the last couple of hours, days and hours. I plugged things in correctly.
Yeah, you did. No, you're not to blame.
Thank you. Can you say that again, please?
You're to blame.
Really
Yeah, you're to blame for hitting Aries.
And that was fair. I'm so sorry.
But I love the fact that you just didn't screw up. So that was like it's a huge deal. Can you just tell everyone I didn't screw up?
It's not my fault. Corny. Tomorrow when you listen, it's not my fault.
No, he's listening. Corny's up right now. Hey, Corny.
Yeah, he's on.
And I'm sorry.
He might be the only one.
I'm sorry, Aries in the head with a mallet. That's not. Typically, most people die after that.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I think because of that, I think he should lose 3 of portions of his intro.
I feel it's like the Ring where I'm gonna die in like 8 days. Like shit. I gotta like put my out of office on.
That's cute that you think you're gonna last 8 days.
I'm so sorry. I will get 2 cheese pizzas next week.
This is just like because there's like video for the prosecution here. That's.
Oh man, the prostitution rests.
Did you say the prostitution rests?
Yes. That's so? It's been a long night, Johnny. I'm sorry I hit you with a hammer. I feel really bad about that.
You know what might be worse though is MZ claiming that he didn't know we were going to troubleshoot when we talked about it last week and then we talked about it in the fucking chat all week. Right?
Thank you, John. In fact, if we want to talk about blame, I think now we can target some people.
Well, I was talking to Aries about this on the way up here, and he agrees with me.
Do you speak of Aries?
Well, I mean, we talked, and it wasn't clear whether I needed to be here or not.
Johnny, you go to the chat. I'll go to the chat, and we'll see who.
There was talk of troubleshooting, but it was not clear whether I needed to be here.
Okay, that's fair. That's your statement.
Yes,
that's what you're saying.
That's yes.
Okay, good.
Those are the words that came out of my mouth.
Let's see who can find the chat first. There's a lot to cover.
Now let me add on to that about what went on.
Mazzer posted Family Guy. It's a wonderful day for pie video.
Because you said no pie.
That was very helpful. Well, I was in fucking the traffic.
The traffic.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And let's not mention I've become accustomed to a certain quality of life when I come here.
Fair.
And now you've taken that away from me.
I will have 2 pies for you. Okay. I'll have cheese and extra cheese, your favorite.
Oh, too much Shakur over here.
All right. Johnny, do you find there's a whole lot of text here?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Anywhere in there does it say I need to be here?
Johnny, any help you can provide?
The thing I'm more surprised about is Aries and MZ actually spoke.
I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah, actually. I wonder what that conversation was about.
Since '98, I don't think they've ever been like together in the same like car or room.
Yeah.
And I find
we haven't. No, that's true. You're right. No, and you know what?
Sure.
It worked out really well.
Yeah, we're fucking doing really well tonight.
Well, not this aspect of it.
Okay.
No. But you said, and it is in writing,
all right,
we have it all set.
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, that was you should have read between the lines in that. And that was me being passive aggressive, but also angry.
So it's your fault that you didn't read between the lines.
Yes.
I have one wife that I need to interpret what she says. I don't need a second wife.
I am your second wife.
Yeah, and I don't need to do that.
People say that all the time.
But has your first wife ever hit you in the head with a mallet?
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Um,
I'm so happy we can have this little marital dispute on air.
then where's Aries should be here for 6:30?
No, what it was.
Johnny, any help on your end, brother?
Hey, I got enough to worry about. All right.
Now, see, what happened was I had to pick up my girlfriend over at the train station at 6:10. Okay. Then she needed to stop at the store and pick up a few things.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you.
So we stopped at the store to pick up a few things, right?
Okay.
And I figure, okay, I'll be able to have a little quick bite to eat. Turns out that wasn't the case. I still haven't eaten.
So,
And
meow, meow, meow.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Two Pies. And because then I was saying I'll be by your place, Aries, at 7:20. Then she was starting to make supper, which was going to take a lot longer than me being able to get to your place at 7:20. So I figured, okay, I'll just say, you go ahead and I'll stick around, have my supper, then I'll join you guys later. And the reason why was because for the past 2 weeks, I was supposed to hook up with him to get here. But for those 2 weeks, he came in early to troubleshoot for the show. But he said, I said, no, that was when Wolfie said that I was standing up Aries because he could have been troubleshooting for the show. Meanwhile, I didn't see anything about him being needed to troubleshoot for the show.
Okay, allow me to retort. Okay, that's good. So Johnny wrote a whole bunch of words about stuff, and then Monster Zero caused the problem when he said, "Cool, so there should be 0 problems during the show." So that was the fucking catalyst for chaos, right there.
That was the catalyst for chaos.
It was the catalyst.
No, it wasn't.
And then Johnny says, "Haha, there can always be problems," which turns out there are.
Yeah, right.
And then I say assemble at the layer for 6. Johnny's ready. I'll be around 6:30. And I said 6:30 works for my place. And then nothing. Monique and Unique over here. We find out something's not working on his end. So Monster Zero's got, just don't worry about yourself for a minute. And there's apps, some other stuff we can't talk about. And then Monster Zero posts Family Guy photos. And then he wants to be at Aries' house for 7:20. And I'm like, we need to fucking test earlier. And Monster Zero responds, how about 7? And I'm like, all right, fucking Johnny, well, I will do it. What you didn't read in that is that, fuck you guys, I guess Johnny and I will do it.
Okay, well, if you want us to read fuck you guys, me and Johnny will do it.
Yeah.
Right, fuck you guys, me and Johnny will do it.
Well, it's being passive aggressive. I was in traffic.
Well, that's your problem. I am just aggressive.
That's fair.
That's your problem.
And probably even more so now. And once again, I apologize twice.
And since Aries was kind enough to give me a lift here today, I figured you guys didn't need him. That way, so how was I supposed to know that he could have been here if even he didn't know he could have been here?
Johnny, highlight the text where it says you want to get there early to troubleshoot and hang the fucking camera. Whose job is mounting shit?
That's Aries' job.
I tried to do that the last 2 weeks, and you've gone, no.
Johnny, you can't mount stuff without your eyes open, right?
You're pointing at the monitor.
Johnny, he doesn't point at the stand. He thinks that's actually
That's what you got to point at, right
Look
there.
at me, producer.
He's just looking like an idiot pointing at the monitor.
I thought we're having a fashion. I miss you so much. Oliver misses you. Everybody misses you.
So that's what happened. Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And
These guys are getting fucking snacks and fucking taking it on a sweet time.
What snack? Man,
what snacks? All I got is water.
Oh, good.
I haven't even eaten.
I haven't eaten in days, okay? You don't have to eat.
How can you tell?
Fair. It sucks. Johnny, tell them.
Tell him what?
Tell them they're wrong.
What do you like? You like Hawk and Animal? Tell him Hawk.
I am like Hawk. You could be Animal.
Wow. No, because they would actually say what they wanted and what they meant. None of this passive-aggressive read between the lines bullshit.
I feel that you could tell that I was annoyed.
No. For all I knew is you guys had a different conversation going on, and until you decided, you could do it and didn't need anyone else
Well,
here.
first of all, as co-producer and glorified grip,
No, that's taken off. That's taken off.
Yeah. All right.
The last thing
No,
he gripped was
glorified grip is staying.
No.
No.
Oliver and I.
The last thing he gripped was a goddamn mallet, and he whacked it across your skull.
And I'm very sorry.
Yeah, he has a shitty grip.
Yeah.
I had things out the box earlier. I was prepared.
So
Okay.
we're gonna be troubleshooting to the fucking day we die.
Let's just start reviewing the film and get the hell out of here.
Oh, co-producer Johnny.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, I wanted to talk about MZ. Making Aries late and.
Yeah, that says motherfucker. I love you so much, but listen, this is where you're wrong. So not only did he not read the chat, but he was going to make Aries late for troubleshooting and hooking up a camera, which we couldn't do. And then you were even later, which made Aries later. So now there was no help.
Yeah, and what have we been doing for the past 2 hours trying to get this show on the road?
But you could have been with Johnny and I waiting here longer. And that's teamwork.
Moral
No,
support.
that's not moral support, my ballsack.
That's called team building.
No. What happened? No, in the span of where I said I was going to be at his place at 7:20, and I said I was going to be at his place at 7:00 was a matter of like maybe 2 minutes, and then reverting back to 7:20 was a matter of I don't know. Let me take a look. It was a matter of minutes, small amount of minutes.
It's 20 of them, right?
It was a matter of me putting my shoes on and taking a leak.
Yeah.
Because it blew up.
Let's see here.
Between I'm not going to make it, I was like, okay, I'll put my shoes on and leave. Picked up my phone and, okay, things have changed.
But I do feel that if Aries was here, we'd be okay right now.
I don't think so.
'Cause
I
Aries-
think you give me far too much credit.
Well, you should take it.
It was a matter of 4 minutes from going from 7:20 to 7:00 to 7:20. 4 minutes.
I think you were still wrong.
Well, I'm not wrong.
All right.
And I haven't eaten yet, damn it.
Do you want some? You want some candy?
Go fetch him some peanut butter cups.
Well, I haven't either.
Well, I haven't either. You guys want to get dinner?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
We'll meet
Go to
halfway.
get some pizza.
I get some Elios. It has the blah you like. You can take out the pepperoni though. Your mom Celeste.
What about my mother?
You want a shitty mama Celeste?
You do not. You still have Mama Celeste? It's good.
I
No,
think
no. Don't.
He's gonna.
No,
You can't. No,
get back here.
look what you did. Are you happy?
Way to go. Great. Let's start reviewing the film. That way, by the time he gets back, we'll be done.
This in the kitchen isn't that far away. Oh my god. This is smaller than I remember.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
I can't believe you actually had that.
Yeah,
Microwave.
show it on camera.
Ready in 2 minutes.
Mama Celeste, there it is.
To give you an idea of the size of the pizza, here's my phone.
So Aries whiskey.
Oh,
Off he goes.
Evil Corny says it's bad when Raven Shadow's on time. I imagine having witnessed him prepping his hair for 90 minutes.
He did spend a lot of time leaving the room. We have no accountability for him.
Well, he was gone for a while. He could have been doing anything.
And we are joined by someone who hasn't been around for a while.
Holy shit.
Leanna just popped in and said, "Wow, I've been gone a long time."
Yeah.
Who was it?
Leanna.
Oh wow.
So yeah, now she sees that we're broadcasting from 2 different locations now. So yeah.
It's, Leanna.
She says, "Any opinions on us?" Well, Leanna, you have to go check out our episode we did on it. I'll find you the episode number so you don't have to dig.
Don't dig.
And let's see, that was episode 360, the Doppelganger Gang. So if people want to listen to our us discussion, it's on 360. And she says, "Wolfie, you look good." Look at that.
Just Wolfie?
Yeah, just me apparently.
What the hell?
That's fair.
Hurt my feeling.
It's the lighting.
Purple suits you?
Yeah, apparently.
You like the fucking Rainbow Raider. You have a new color every week.
Yeah, I can if I want to. Want me to change the color right now?
Eventually you're going to run out of colors.
What color you guys want?
Black.
Well, it doesn't do black.
Where'd Johnny go? Play back the entire message. I miss you so much. Come back.
See? Get a little...
Okay.
All right.
She thinks one of us is Mars, and I think that's me.
Oh, boy.
Yep, okay.
Leanna's had some eye issues in the last
Wow,
couple
she's
months.
she's definitely hurting all of my feeling.
That's a broken feeling.
All right, so let's see. I guess we'll go into the whole spiel. We'll do tell people how they can support us because we need all the help we can get right now. We may need to buy a supercomputer for that place and not these little fucking things or something. All right. Well, if you guys want to help support the show, you can do so a number of ways. Head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/trickortreatradio, and you can help support for as little as $2 a month. I want my $2. And if you guys want to, other ways you can help support is to go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon link, click on it, and then it'll input our affiliate link. Everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, Michael Ravenshadow.
But we need a lot of fucking help to keep the lights on.
Yes. So if you guys want to help, that would be a fantastic way to do it. Like I said, Patreon's the best way because once we get everything squared away, we'll give you guys more bonus content again, like we did the first couple of months we did it. So we'll get back on track with that. And also, if you guys just want to drop a couple bucks on a greatest hits, we got the Trick or Treat Radio Greatest Hits volumes 1 through 3, and they're on trickortreatradio.com. Just click on the store, you can find it there. So, all right. You know what? Do we want to take a break, or you just want to bust through this?
We've taken a 2-hour break. Let's just jump right into this.
Wow, producer zero.
Hey,
It's just common sense.
if you can call yourself a producer, he can call himself a producer.
I plugged a whole bunch of shit in on Tuesday.
Like I said, you're a fucking grip.
Johnny, I opened the boxes.
You're a grip.
Yeah? You open the boxes.
I did open the boxes.
You're a grip.
Yeah.
A producer wouldn't open a box. A grip would have someone. A producer would have someone else do it.
I'm the hands-on producer.
No such thing.
I'm reinventing the fucking wheel over here. I'm like fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're making it square.
It's true. A lot of things to produce the world. Ollie's an executive producer. You see her chilling next to me?
I give Ollie more credit than you.
He looks like an executive producer.
That's
Living the
fair.
life. No, let's just jump into the movie.
Wow, how about that? Yeah, okay. Johnny, sure. Oh my God. Just a fucking 7:45, sure. Sorry.
All right, so you know what? We'll still do it. So Raven Shadow,
Thank you.
what do you do to prepare
Jesus.
for Nekrotronic?
Not fucking. I thought I was in a good place, Johnny. I thought all was right in the world. I thought fucking the forces of chaos and order were balanced. We had a long convo on the Tuesday. You know, a little bit later than we planned, but still it was nice. We got things worked out, ironed out, and it was nice. I thought we plugged things in, we rushed around, rushed off, and Aries is fucking shining light in my face right now. I'm probably gonna get a cataract as a result. But no, that's fine. Sure, I have enough eye problems. But no, what I'm trying to say is, so as we're getting ready, I went on a little team building exercise today. One of those warehouse things where you go with your job and you play games. And we played life-size foosball, where you could be the foos. And
Could be
then
a foos.
you and I was the foos. I played.
Can you become one with the foos?
Actually, I was on the other side. I guess forward for the other side, but we got scored on so many times that didn't really happen. But a game I'm really good at that has the horrible name is called the cornhole. You know the
You
cornhole?
can just call it bags.
Bag, yeah.
What? I'm leaning into the mic. I'm
I
listening.
know, right? We could just call you Arthur Fuzzarelli.
That's pretty good. I love cornhole. What's it called?
Bags. Just call it bags.
Cornhole.
Cornhole. Yes.
It's a bad name.
Call it bags.
Bags. So I was very bad at bags, but I was really good. Actually, one game was a football. You played a football, and you would throw it against bowling pins. And I did have one like Tom Brady fucking throw that was fucking awesome. And I got really fucking sweaty. So I'm sweaty. I'm in fucking traffic. I had to fucking drop people off. I had fucking Monster Zero. I had to fucking stay home to eat more fucking squash or whatever the fuck. Some fucking drapes.
Christ, I zoned out. How did you get here?
I don't know.
Just say it.
I mean, no, how I got here? I mean, that's a great question, John, Aries. I mean, how do
Johnny, don't fucking insult
I
me.
don't know who you are, but yeah, you do some more feet. Aries
Wow.
thinks, yeah, right?
I see. Okay. All right.
He's not the only Johnny in the world.
Oh, shit.
Is Johnny mnemonic?
Johnny bulimic.
Johnny bulimic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Aries that might have a concussion because he was hit with a wooden meal.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a hug and a kiss afterwards and apologize. But before that.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's been a lot. Fuck you. I strapped on.
That was fucking anticlimactic. Jesus Christ.
And it was a little weird, this like not having the music right after either.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
It's like, nothing.
Not our best. I guess so, yeah. So,
Okay, see you later. Thanks for coming.
Okay,
Wow, you just stood up and blocked the whole
I
camera.
don't give a fuck. Fucking monster eclipse.
Oh, look at the sidewinders.
Oh, man. Look at those fucking.
All right, so we are going to talk about a movie. We're going to talk about Nekrotronic. And Nekrotronic was directed by Kaya Roach Turner, and it was written by Kaya Roach Turner and Tristan Roach Turner, the brothers. The film stars Ben O'Toole, Monica Bellucci, Carolyn Ford, Tess Hobrick, Epine Bob Savea, David Wenham, and I thought there was someone else in here that I recognized, but I guess not. So, Jay Gallagher, who was in Wormwood. So we'll stick with that. And the synopsis: a man who discovers that he is part of a secret sect of magical beings who hunt down and destroy demons in the internet. Well, there you go. So I got right off the bat, I got a name. I gotta like say that I was really looking forward to this because we're big fans of Wormwood, right? Like that was probably one of our. I don't know if it was one of our favorites, but it was definitely a top film of that year that we reviewed it. So, I was really excited about this. This is the follow-up to Wormwood, and been waiting to see what these guys do. And so, no matter what, I was going to be really excited about it. And then I read the synopsis, and I was like, ooh, that sounds a little weird. Anything that has, like, in the internet is just immediately has, like, a lot to kind of like make up for. And then
it's brain scan, right? You kind of get a brain scan vibe.
Well, see,
the horror movie in the DVD-ROM or CD-ROM or whatever the fuck.
Well, I didn't even, because for me, brain scan is like a cheesy, like it's cheesy goodness. It's one of those things that's like so bad it's amazing, And it's not trying to be anything more than that. As we talk about this, I think we'll get a little bit deeper into it. But so I also watched the trailer. I know a lot of you guys typically avoid them if you can. Did anyone else watch the trailer for this?
No.
Okay, so the trailer is not very good. And I was really kind of down on this. I was like, oh man, like I was really looking forward to this. But that's a really kind of unfortunate trailer, and I know I just wasn't super into what was going on. So then, all of a sudden, gonna watch the movie though. That's what we do. So watch the movie, and the premise was very silly. Like, we have basically there's an organization that is attempting to turn people into demons by playing a Pokemon Go style game, and through that they're able to kind of see actual horrors in the world that exist, but they don't know that. They think it's a game.
Right.
And they're seeing these wraiths and these big creatures and things like that, and they actually do exist, and they're able to sort of see them on a on another kind of level. So, and it's also, they're trying to build this, and this is one of the things that was a little bit contrived, was there's a pentagram, like on the city map. They're trying to basically create a pentagram with these necropods, and create a pentagram that will basically allow them to everyone to get sucked into the internet, become demons or whatever, So this movie had a big hill to climb for me, and I will say after 10 minutes, I was bought in. I'm very surprised to say that they were able to put this silly premise out there and make me kind of forget about it or make me believe in it. And that to me is kind of a big task. I don't know what you guys think about the premise and what you thought of it.
Well, I mean, for me, like I've said before, I don't like horror and technology. I don't give a rat's about an evil videotape or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work for me. And it is kind of a dumb premise. In the backstory, where they kind of do the narration of the voiceover with the world building, how like there were various tribes, there were the necromancers who were at war with these demons, and it seemed like the demons found a loophole using technology to fuck with humans. All right, well, if there's this like secret task force X of monster hunters, this was their way to kind of circumvent, the human population, right? It was kind of their kind of thing. And yeah, and all shitty gimmick aside, it had my boy. It had the dude, I don't know his name, but the dad was awesome. He was in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
David Wenham, yeah.
David Wenham, I think he was Boromir in Lord of the Rings.
Faramir.
Oh, Faramir.
Yeah.
He was the dad in The Evil Businessman in Iron Fist Season 1. He's been in a bunch of fucking shit.
Yeah.
300.
Yep. And when I saw him immediately, I was like, holy shit, like that kind of brings up the real estate a little bit, because he's, being in Lord of the Rings, that's it's nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, that's a pretty good role to get, and he's been in some other good stuff. And same thing with Monica Bellucci, like I thought right off the bat, having these two really brings up their real estate,
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, she seemed to kind of like disappear after a while. She was going really hot and heavy for like the first half of the 2000s, and then all of a sudden she just kind of like disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, the last thing we saw her in was like Matrix, right? Matrix Reloaded.
No, she's been in other stuff since then. But I mean, that was she's
been.
But
that was during her time. But that was during her time. Her, the early 2000s is when, early to mid 2000s when things started picking up for her.
How old is she?
She's like 55 now.
She's a fucking smoke show.
Oh, no shit, right?
Well, I was going to say she was in the Twin Peaks revival. She actually played herself in the Twin Peaks revival from last year.
Played with her?
Jesus Christ.
Wow. She was in that movie Spectre.
I gotta watch that.
Oh, the Bond?
The Bond, yeah.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I don't watch Bond films, so I couldn't.
Well, I haven't seen it either, but I mean, I have IMDb, so.
You know who James Bond is, right? Like, who's Sean Connery?
I got a pretty good idea who James Bond is.
And she was also in a TV series. I think it's an Amazon series called Mozart in the Jungle.
Yes.
So she's doing some stuff, not a ton, but she's still out there.
But I think taking it back, Johnny, it is kind of a whack premise, but they kind of did. It kind of got me into. I liked the kind of little buddy duo who we meet at first. One guy's having a particularly shitty day, so to speak. And I kind of like that. I mean, it's always hard too when your premise is based on a fad.
Technology is a fad?
Well, no, but the Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go idea is a fad.
Well, that's a small. I mean, you're interpreting it as Pokemon Go, but it's just the app. That's the it app at the time.
But he said like it's a game I play, like the monsters that you got to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You're just interpreting it as Pokemon Go. But there's been other things. He didn't say Pokemon
Well,
Go.
it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter what he's actually referencing to. It's just a style of
a game
that's being played now, and I think there are other versions of it, not just Pokemon Go, but I think there are other ideas surrounding.
Yeah, there are other
kind of
real world games.
Yeah.
You're just interpreting it because that's the one you know, but there are others that have been in the past, and there will be more in the future.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. I think the way they have that whole set up with the game, I think, was done pretty sloppily. It was like all of a sudden now this thing is on his phone. He never hit an app. He never went to a website. It just all of a sudden appeared on his phone, and he decided, okay, yeah, I'll play this game. And it's like, I think people should be a little bit more aware of possible viruses and all these.
Says the guy who got hacked last week.
Yeah, thanks, asshole.
I had anything to do with that.
No, because you fucking clicked on something you shouldn't have clicked on.
And good fucking.
But I didn't.
No, that's how you get hacked, you asshole.
Because
what are you talking about?
No, because I was having anxiety. Excuse me, I love you so much, but listen, I remember that when I woke up in the middle of the night and it was a weird thing I left out on my phone, and I didn't see John. I saw weird. That's that you would fucking post some weird shit.
Like, none of you. We made that agreement. Remember?
Yeah.
Your private videos are private.
But thank God, it asked for a password and I didn't click, and then I should have clicked Johnny's first and said you were hacked. Yeah, you were hacked by.
Yeah, but so how do I stop getting hacked?
So I stopped clicking on weird shit,
but I didn't.
No.
Don't.
You do all those.
Hold
on. You do all those stupid fucking quizzes. You do all those fucking things. Those are all fucking spyware, you asshole. It's malware, and it's shit you shouldn't click on.
Guess my Autobot. Type me your social security.
Yeah, exactly.
And your birthday and your address. Oh, you're fucking,
That's
you're Optimus Prime.
You're fucking bankruptcy sore.
MZ, when you do those, you basically give those programs access to your Facebook.
Oh, I don't want that to happen.
So stop doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know.
And neither do we, asshole.
I didn't know.
And
Look,
you've never been playing a game and it's like, oh, download this app to do whatever.
No.
You've never seen that.
Well, I have.
Yes, that's what happened to this guy, and he clicked it. Because he just fucking clicks.
This is like
that's the type of guy that he is.
This is the trespassers conversation all over again.
I mean, that was established that every time you saw him, he's staring at his phone.
Yeah.
So he's just immersed in his phone.
Yeah, some people will like that.
Yes.
Like you. That was
he clicks
totally
on anything
MZ.
that pops in front of him.
My hands are clean. I have no phone in my hand.
Excuse me. The entire time we were troubleshooting, that phone was in your hand.
Well, what do you want? My dick in my hand? What am I?
No. That was the other hand.
Yeah.
But the other thing, what I did like about it is that because I didn't know who these actors were, I've never seen them before, never heard of them before, so I had no idea who was who. So it usually when in a movie like this where you have a couple of guys and there's this one guy who's going to end up being taking charge of the entire film. what I did like is that I didn't know which one was going to be the guy who was going to be battling the demons on the internet.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you blind?
I didn't know which one. I did not know which one it was going to be. It kept me in not really in suspense, because there is no suspense involved with this. But it was just kind of one of those things that I enjoyed, that it wasn't so blatantly obvious that one guy was going to be played throughout the film over another guy. Here, I just enjoyed the fact that they were both played out equally. One was playing the game. One was yelling at the other guy for playing the game, but they were both being showed equally. And I just like the way that whole thing just played out.
Have you ever watched the movie before?
I think I have.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, you couldn't figure this out?
I think suddenly I'm on Aries' good graces now.
That was like spoon-fed. How? Okay.
I don't want to take this forever.
No.
You know what? I'm taking back the how. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Moving on to the next 5 minutes of the movie.
Look, say what you want. I liked it. I like that part of it.
So, yeah, all right.
No, I mean, I think in the first.
Don't say you agree.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck you.
No, because they're Australian. You don't know. But I think once the dude was hit with he got the hit that was meant for the gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of figured that he was the main character, and he's on the poster.
I didn't look. Yeah, but I didn't look at the poster. I didn't see the poster. I didn't see the trailer.
You didn't click on
No, I didn't click on anything about this movie.
I want to recreate how you watch the movie when we're done. And
I go home, I turn on my TV, and I watch the movie. No poster, no trailer, nothing.
I don't believe you.
That's how I go in.
It is possible, because even though you see the movie poster before you click play, if you don't look at it, you don't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah,
look,
I just go to play.
I didn't take a close look at that image until after the movie.
I go in dry as a bone.
Ooh.
Go in, dry as a bone. That's a soundbite.
Did someone replace the pillow?
Oh, that's fucking Montezero's porno anthology. Dry as a bone. I don't know what that means. That's exciting, but I think I okay. Moving on.
All right, producer.
Executive co-producer.
So let me take a look here. So one of the funny things is I actually put in my notes the guy watching his phone is just like MZ, and he was trying to say that he wasn't.
Yeah. What kind of grown man looks at fucking games?
So, and then we get this scene with David Wenham's character, I think Luther, and his two daughters, and that to me, like, so we get these two friends, and they're going back and forth, like you could tell that their relationship is kind of tenuous. I mean, they're friends, but one annoys the other one quite a bit, and then things kind of get real serious when we get to Luther and his two daughters, and I thought that was kind of a cool shift, because it took it from like this buddy comedy almost to like shit just got real, where we have the necromancers, and let me say that the necromancers were the good guys in this story, and just to, if anyone isn't, I mean, most people probably know what a necromancer is, but necromancy is the practice of magic involving communication with the dead, either by summoning spirits or as an apparition, or raising them bodily, for the purpose of divination, imparting the means to foretell future events, discover hidden knowledge, to bring someone back from the dead, or to use the dead as a weapon. Sometimes referred to as death magic. The term may also sometimes be used in a more general sense to refer to black magic or witchcraft. So I thought it was interesting, because typically you see the villains dealing with black magic or necromancy, so I thought that was kind of an interesting kind of shift, and also the fact that they were kind of the good guys, I guess, in a way, was kind of cool. I thought that was kind of a nice little play.
It was a cool squad. I got excited from that point. You know what I mean? Like, on one hand, like, there was they said the buddy dynamic of guy, and then they're co-workers. Are they really friends in real life? Maybe not, but they're guys who work together, and they're forced to go on long trips together. But it kind of got real a little bit, and I like that, like, strike team element, bringing these guys in.
Yeah.
And who was the older daughter with the bangs? She's been in a whole bunch of stuff too.
The love interest?
No. The older daughter.
The one who played Torkel.
Torkel.
Yeah.
That's a weird fucking name.
It was
Tess Hobridge.
yeah.
Miss Tess Hobridge? Yeah.
She was in Wolverine, the Wolverine. She was also in Alien Covenant. Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
In the Wolverine, she was just like a bit character. But she was in Alien Covenant was probably the biggest one.
And she also did the Wolf Creek series.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I knew I recognized her.
The TV show, not the movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I dug that. I dug bringing in, the Stranger in a Strange Land. And I liked that. Like kind of like a Luke Skywalker meets Evil Dead meets fucking Manborn, right? Let's fucking throw it out there.
That's kind of like Ghostbusters, really.
The special effects wise was very much like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I mean, this pulled from a lot of influences. I actually saw one review I saw basically said Ghostbusters meets Shaun of the Dead, and I don't know if I go that far. But but there is some comedy in it. But there is definitely that sort of like paranormal sort of angle to it, kind of like Ghostbusters. And really, the Necromancers were in a way kind of like Ghostbusters in a sense.
Yeah, they were exactly like them, actually, I think.
But I thought
Ghostbusters meets the Matrix.
Yeah, but I thought that this had a nice mix of horror and gore and action. Like it was, and comedy. Like I think it was a good mix. And some of the action scenes I thought were really well done. Some of the set pieces were really cool. Some of the monster design I thought was really interesting. So
and you don't take this movie too seriously. So the special effects, the CGI I'm talking about, while they were a little bit on the cheap side, they were done with a certain inventiveness that made you want to crave for more. It's not like I don't know what it is. It's not like you've never seen anything like it before, but there's something about it that's just a little bit different here. And it's got a screwy cheesiness to it that I really liked, and it kept my attention.
Well, there was one scene that if you could still be on the fence whether this was like a good cheesy or a bad cheesy, like where they didn't realize what they had in their hands until the first possession. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the right terminology. There's a guy's looking at his phone, and then he becomes the demon.
He was the axe wielding guy.
The axe, yes, yeah. And the fight goes into the warehouse. I think that just pretty much establishes it as that cheesiness, that it's that good side of that, the way that plays out, the way he acts it's hard to explain, but just the way that whole interaction.
But that was terrifying, though.
But it was. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if terrifying is a good word. I don't know, but it played out like perfectly. It was almost like Evil Dead-esque.
Oh yeah, and there was definitely some Evil Dead there. But I mean, maybe not terrifying, I'm not fucking scared, but like there was a threat.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a legitimate threat, but there was also a comedic aspect to it, and that just kind of laid out. This is what the rest of this movie is going to be.
Yeah.
And if you don't get this, shut the fucker off right now.
It's not for you.
And couple that with some pretty inventive camera moves, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Again, nothing overly different, but it better than the standard camera movements that you would get in a film like this. And I think that carried over from Wormwood, because Wormwood had that going for that too in that film as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think this movie lacks probably the budget that a movie involving this type of technology should have had, so it needed to make up for it with creative camera movements, because a lot of the whole traveling through cyberspace or whatever just felt very Johnny Mnemonic to me.
Yeah.
And what's that? That movie's 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, right.
So
95.
21. No, I think it came out. But yeah, around there. 96,
Yeah,
97.
no more than 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent.
No, London was in that.
Just bringing it up.
We should watch that movie. But and that's, nobody got like a Man-Borg fucking comparison like at all during this.
No.
No.
I got a little bit of Tron. A little bit. When they were in the suits with the masks.
That's fair. I mean, and
Yeah,
once
that
again,
was an obvious.
I mean, it was.
and this movie's no
with the glow. With the glow.
Everything was glowing with the.
Yeah.
Even though Tron, you don't wear the helmets, but for some reason the lights in the helmets gave it a Tron-esque.
Oh, no doubt. This movie pulled from a lot of resources.
Yeah, and that's not a dig. I mean, I think
Definitely not.
it did its job. Everything about this movie did its job. It was what it was trying to convey.
And you know what? Since you guys brought up other films that it was reminiscent of, for me, I definitely got a Frighteners feel too, especially with The Friend.
I could see that.
Interesting.
Oh,
put my finger on it. But yeah. I mean, he reminded me of Ant-Man's boy a little bit,
Oh,
but less of a cartoon.
well, less comedic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably my one of my biggest problems with this is he's the comic relief character, but he wasn't overly comic reliefy.
But I liked him.
I didn't like him. He didn't go one way or the other. Like he wasn't overly heroic or overly comedic.
Yeah.
He just was there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like you need to pick a side. Either you're the heroic sidekick or the comic relief sidekick. He never. And I don't like that.
Fuck. Sorry.
I don't know. You pick a side.
Harris, what do you like in movies? We're gonna make one. What should we do?
You don't want a sidekick to pick a side?
Pick my side. Like I want you to side with me.
You want your sidekick to be heroic or comedic?
I have 4 things I want in a sidekick.
Look. He was serious when he needed to be. He was funny when he needed to be.
Yeah.
For our benefit. No, for our. But overall, what he was most of all to the characters in the movie is that he was helpful.
No, because he wasn't overly helpful, and he wasn't overly comedic. He didn't like.
Wow, sounds like Raven Shadow.
That's good.
That's pretty good. That's fair.
He didn't help resolve an issue that couldn't be resolved.
Did he get a producer credit though?
He got a grip credit.
Yeah, glorified grip. Evil Corny said The Friend reminded me of An American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
That's a good choice too.
Yeah. What's his name? Giant Dangerously. What's his name?
Oh, Griffin Dunn.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I want to get laid.
I mean, it does have its moments of unevenness, but this was enjoyable. I mean, it's not Wormwood. There's obviously things here that are lacking that weren't in Wormwood, but that coupled in with grabbing the right types of films to pick from to create your own, put it in the movie. It just works in a very odd way.
Yeah, I'll actually agree with you on that. And since we're just naming movies that it was reminiscent of, and I'm not saying that it pulled from these and borrowed from them, but for instance, there was that scene when they got the Necropod and then they opened it up and it had the head of the uncle in it.
Alien.
I was actually thinking Reanimator.
Reanimator, dude.
I was thinking Alien.
What alien movie had a head in a box?
I was thinking Home Alone.
Thank you.
Well, it wasn't so much the head in the box, but it was the fact that they had to rewire it in order to make it work, to make it operational, and then they had to destroy it, just like they did in Alien.
I don't remember them requiring it.
But I did love the uncle who was in the Necropod with the Tourette syndrome, basically.
Yeah.
I love the reaction of the sister.
Oh, the one in the back. Is
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
oh no, like she's just like,
yeah.
almost like happy about it. Like more like she's like just
He's like, oh, like what her name is? Like, Cassandra, is that you? Yes, it's me. Eat my shit, suck my cock.
Yeah.
Sorry. They even make me do that. Like,
it was like two of them that were appalled. The one that was happy. I was like, holy shit.
oh, it's Uncle Dave. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And his boy's like, I have an uncle like that. Like,
yeah.
And for some reason, the only thing I could think of when it said Uncle Dave was Beverly Hills Cop 3.
wow, that's a fucking
Yeah, it is, but like Uncle Dave, I was like, that Uncle Dave? I'm like, I don't know, that's what I thought of when I said Uncle Dave.
Axel Foley making a movie.
One other thing I thought was interesting. So when those anti-possession suits that they had, when they basically used the 3D printer, what they called it, it had I get a lot of this from T-Dog, but she knows the Nordic runes, like the Futhark, and I recognized two of them on their shoulders. There was one that was LG's. That was like it's sort of like an arrow pointing up, like in with like the arrow kind of upside down. So the meaning of that is fear has its place in every heart. Courage is only a response, which I thought was interesting. And the other one was Fehu, and it's every beginning has within it the seeds of its own end. So, and there was also some other runes that were used as like code for like in the bad guy's lair, like codes to open doors and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of an interesting thing. I was curious as to why they chose that, but I just thought it was kind of a nice little flourish to have on those anti-possession suits.
I mean, without knowing more about that, those two ruins just seem to be appropriate to be on the suits.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if there's more that other ones that would be more appropriate, but I like those two being on the suits.
Yeah, and I don't know what the significance of the upside down triangle was in the middle. I couldn't figure that one out, so I don't know if it has any significance. But yeah, I thought the suits were cool looking, and it definitely had that sort of like. And I'm glad that they didn't wear them throughout, because that to me would have been a little bit too superhero-y. I like that they were in street clothes for the most part, so I thought that was that was kind of a nice little flourish, a cool little thing that they did. But yeah, overall, I mean, this movie gets a bit repetitive, because there's a relationship between two of the characters that is revealed, about a third of the way in, and because of that, we get a lot of interaction with them, which only makes sense,
Yeah.
But I thought that they may have played up the interaction a little bit too much. I think they probably could have done a little bit less. It didn't annoy me, but I just felt like it was maybe a little too much. But other than that, like, I thought that this was fun, and like it definitely surprised me, because I was going in very excited about it, and then when I saw the trailer and I read the synopsis, I sort of tempered my expectations, because I was like, ooh, this is tough to pull off. This is very tough to pull off. But about 10 minutes in, I completely forgot about how silly the premise was, and I was just along for the ride, because they did some great world building in this to make me feel like this all made sense. And I don't care how crazy your scenario or your script is, as long as it's believable in the realm of what you're doing. As long as you make it believable, it completely works. And they did that in this, I think. What are you guys doing? You guys are watching something.
Yeah, we're watching you. No,
fascinating.
I agree. I think this is
Yes.
I think it's much better than Cats. it's definitely better than Cats. I laughed and I cried.
You've never seen Cats.
I saw one in another fucking room the other day.
And yeah, it's just a slightly warped, off kilter, off center little comedy that's got interesting little sci-fi bits in it that keeps your interest up. The special the CGI is it's crap, but the way they use it is it's worth watching because it's interesting the way they use it.
The computer effects are very 10 years ago, but the practical effects are pretty good.
The practical effects are good, yeah. Good gore too.
There are there'd be the practical effects. Yeah. Okay. There are a couple of little surprises in it that made me kind of go, "Oh shit!" Like, I don't. Yeah, exactly, Ollie. There were like unexpected. I don't know if there were twists or just I didn't expect what happened, and it made me go, "Oh shit!" Like, and it worked for the movie, and it works out nicely. So there are some surprises in it.
Yeah.
There's one. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with Aries that there was one scene that was like shocking. It was actually two. But one of them was like, oh my god, they just went there, and and then what happened after that, the resolution of that, I thought was also very cool. So
yeah,
there was this one scene, and it was during the chase scene, about a third of the way into the film, and it's I think it's like at a construction site. Would that be right? Yeah, I'm trying to remember if that's what it was. Well, anyway, it's at some sort of construction site, I think it was, and I don't know why I just reacted to this certain scene in a way that I've never reacted before. There's the chase scene where one of the demons is coming after the lead guy, whatever his name is, and.
Howard North.
Howard, that's it. And he ends up running through like a plastic curtain, and he immediately and you never see it coming. It comes out of thin blue air.
Oh, that was the axe wielding maniac at the beginning.
Okay,
that's what I've seen. Yeah, when he ducks in, that was
where
shit got real.
He goes through this plastic curtain and maybe a foot or a foot and a half past that plastic curtain, he bonks his head on a metal beam.
It goes down.
And because I'm watching this. And I'm watching this.
I felt it.
Right? And
that was like Aries getting hit with the mallet.
I'm so sorry about that.
And I'm watching this intently, and I'm like, next thing you know, you see the guy hit his head on the beam that's going right across his forehead. And I just went boom like this. I mean, I never reacted like that before.
Yeah. All right, thanks for spoiling it for everyone.
It's
it's not a spoiler.
Hard.
No, I think there was a lot of inspired stuff in this, and with such a silly premise on paper, they pulled it off, and I thought it was actually like a pretty fun movie. Like I don't really, I could nitpick a few things here and there, but overall, I think this was a lot of fun.
And I agree. I think there was some cool mythology here.
Yeah.
With the world building. You had some questions, and I think I liked the family, necromancer team. I like Monica Bellucci's, well-dressed zombie ghost army that she had.
Oh, Lurch.
Going on. Yeah.
That guy Lurch, yeah.
With the ponytail. And good golly, Miss Molly. Monica fucking Bellucci. I'm sorry.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Don't be sorry.
Good for her.
Right?
Thank you, Monster.
Yeah.
Heavens. Woo! Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
I'm very excited for Monica Bellucci.
Yeah.
Because of a pretty girl?
Well, you
got a high five because of a pretty girl?
Zero. Give me some.
All right.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Ollie wants some.
He does. Yeah. No. He just. He just likes to cuddle. And he feels Monica Bellucci would be good at that.
Evil Corny says this film reminded me of a Doctor Who episode.
That's fair. I mean, it could have. Let's be fair. it didn't have to be this long, right? I mean, there's parts of it that could have been. This could have been.
It was like what, 98 minutes?
I mean, it was. I mean, you could have crammed it in, but I think you would miss out on some things. I'm curious whether Coney is just thinking in general terms or something in particular with the Doctor Who episode.
I mean, I don't want to quote like the Moon Men episode or whatever the fuck. I'm not sure what he's referencing.
Well, that's what I'm curious, whether it's a specific episode or just in general. Because I mean, it does have a very Doctor Who-esque feel to it, especially the older aspects of it, where they're stretching a thin budget to create what they're trying to create.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now that Eccleston and Billy Piper would fucking run those fucking guys amok.
Apparently, you're missing what I'm saying when I said older. I would consider that the newer.
But like whack Doctor Who, but like no, Eccleston is fucking
would be newer.
Well, he's newer, older, but I mean, I think what you're trying to say is that Eccleston
is newer. Is what I'm trying to say.
A little bit older, but still.
No, he would be the newer variation of Doctor.
I only know Tom Baker Doctor Who, so
it's because you're so old.
Yeah.
Oh, fist bump
right there.
Oh, you see that?
I did,
There
yeah.
See that
There we
actually
go.
happening? That's why they're late and helping troubleshoot.
Tom Baker is the greatest Doctor Who ever.
The old man will stick together on
That's
this one.
good. That's right. Well, me young buck, Wolfenstein,
Well,
myself.
No. The only ones I've seen is Tom Baker, so I can't.
See that?
Yeah, I can't speak of.
Yeah.
You're staying alone.
Right. Listen, Tom Baker meant go outside and play when I was a kid. So I fucking.
Don't even try to push us and say you went outside and played.
Yeah.
Floppy fedora,
I-
big afro, and
Maybe, all right, well, fair. I read comic books, maybe, and then I drew pictures. But no. Eccleston had the black with the jacket on. Billy Piper.
Oh, that's why you like him, because you have the same fucking jacket.
I do have the same. Like, high five, Aries. Give me.
No, I'm not high-fiving. You fucking.
Do it on camera. It's. I think we do have the same.
You have the same fucking jacket. It doesn't mean fucking shit.
Guy.
I have the same Converse as Tenet. What does that fucking mean?
I don't know, but Billy Piper. Did you ever watch Confessions of a Cowgirl?
I don't want to see Billy Piper naked.
Johnny.
I don't know who Billy Piper is.
Oh, yeah, see,
Zero.
he hasn't seen the modern.
no, don't know.
Corny, call me. Corny. It's a private message me, Corny. We'll talk
Private message me.
about it. I'm around Sunday.
Oh shit, things are blowing up.
Pick up. Oh shit. Oh, Mary's in the house.
What the fuck is autocorrect? Is what's
Marion says Tom Baker Rawls. Then she corrected herself and said rocks.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she say rocks? Son?
Yeah.
So like, what's Rawls?
That's like Rawls, fuck.
Blue rolls.
It's like Rawls. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that like dabbing?
Yeah. Let me see you dab, Raven Shadow.
I just that was brought to my attention the other day. I feel dabbing is posing, but isn't dabbing like this?
It's like a thing. I think it's a. I don't know.
Yeah,
I saw a photo of my kid doing it.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, right? It's made up shit.
You
Shit
don't
that,
know how
like-
you know how to do it, Raven Shadow. Let me see.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what prompted it. I'll tell you the fucking story. I was at the shop, and there was a Morpheus figure from The Matrix, right?
And he was dabbing.
He was doing a fucking Morpheus fucking pose, and someone's like, "Oh, I want the dab Morpheus." I'm like, "You want the dad Morpheus?" And they're like, "No, the dab Morpheus." And I'm like, "What the fuck is dabbing?" Meanwhile, a motherfucker who's fucking 2 months older than I am is like, "Raven Shadow, you know what fucking dabbing is?" And I'm like, "Is that like fucking taking acid?" I'm not sure what that is. And then some like a 17-year-old is like, it's like flossing. I'm like, "What's flossing? Like, isn't that for like hygiene?" And they're like, "No, it's from Fortnite." I'm like, "What the fuck?
Dear Lord, how old are you? I know what fucking flossing is.
What the fuck, Johnny? You're in Maryland, right? You guys listen. All right, Leanne's probably left, but listen, it's fucking hygiene, like flossing.
No, it's a fucking dance.
But it's like,
How many times have someone in the fucking real world gone, "Have you flossed today?" And they fucking talking about teeth.
like real world, like Puck and fucking Dominic from season 2.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Pedro,
Who?
the real world.
Oh my
fucking,
god.
fucking what?
Johnny. No, seriously, like, and once again, let's be fair. Twerking, right? That's fucking booty shaking. We had that in the 80s.
You know what? I got this fucking hammer right here.
No, we can't use hammers anymore. The air tools are
I am going to.
I don't recall ever saying he couldn't use a hammer.
I'm going to pull Three Stooges and I'm just going to whack.
He's from Alabama.
It's very near the Carolina.
He doesn't know anything about that.
Q Buster.
You need to find out something about the 90s. You talk to someone from Alabama.
That's fair. That's fair.
Corny says David Tennant is my favorite Doctor, and Leanna says I have no idea what's happening.
Don't feel so bad. Neither do we.
The norm.
What psychotic rant is happening now?
Lots.
And Evil Corny says Billy Piper and Karen Gillian are my favorite companions.
Thank you.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, they're the people that travel with Doctor and they have adventures in mystical realms.
Okay, you're applauding.
Adventures.
Name their names.
Billy Piper.
Name our character name.
Adventure
Companion.
She was like
Why?
a singer too. She was like a singer. Corny. It's the message me her fucking filmography. But
Don't ask him any more questions.
Oh my God! Someone's looking to get married. Doctor Who's overrated.
But no, and I think she's fair. I mean, listen, it's fine. BBC up until like 2011, like should have been called like Dollar Store Network, right? I mean, like, let's be fair, Aries.
What? Remember what?
Remember we had to watch. Remember all the fucking the guy in the fucking trip into space.
Doctor Who?
No. In space, vacation.
Chevy Chase? What the fuck are you talking about?
The galaxy. He took his guys to the galaxy.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Remember that really bad BBC thing we had to watch?
I remember a BBC thing that I really enjoyed.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You were very drunk in the 90s.
Touche, but I enjoyed that.
But no, I think modern day, I think what Leanna said is true, where Doctor Who had a lot of old people.
No, it's not overrated.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Eccleston and Tennant are the doctors.
Okay, Eagle Corny's cheating.
Yeah, thank you, Corny. It was Rose. Yeah, Johnny. It was Rose and Eccleston and Tennant.
Okay.
And they had matches.
If you say so.
And it was excellent.
All right, well, let's get back to Nekrotronic. How about that?
Nekrotronic.
So, is there anything else you guys want to mention about this, or should we head to the verdict?
I mean, I think I kind of said it. I thought the comic relief character wasn't comic reliefy enough.
Yeah.
Which would, I mean, MZ disagrees with me. I don't know.
He was just enough.
You think he was just enough? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for the type of movie this was, I thought he should have been a little more over the top.
But he could have been a little douchey. He could have been real douchey real quick. I like when he played with his face a little bit. I liked.
I liked what he did. I just thought it should have been more. For the type of movie this was, he should have been more. This was more of a mainstream movie comic relief character.
Here's why I say no. Because I think this was Australian.
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
Lots of things. But I think that it could have been way over the top. And it could have been the dude from Ant-Man, who was great. But it could have been way too much. I think balancing the budget they had for effects, budgeting for the multiple stories and the polls they were doing, it was just enough where he could have been completely obnoxious. But I liked him a lot. And
I mean, I didn't enjoy him. I just thought he should have been more over the top. Because they tried to play him both sides, where he was comedic and heroic, but he wasn't either, like, to the extreme, where he should have been one or the other.
I think he got power, so he figured, all right, well, I'm dead. And he probably, they were like, what? Their job involved, like, poop, right? I mean, they were like sanitation workers.
They pumped out septic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying maybe, I'm not to judge the dude, but he didn't really probably have a lot going on. You know, I mean, like,
yeah, he had a shitty job.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying that, you know, he's on the phone a lot. Maybe there wasn't a beautiful lovely at home.
Yeah. So what does that have to do with him being a comedic relief?
Are we actually listening to this?
Oh.
All right. Yeah, let's just move on.
How about that?
All right. So let's head to the verdict on that. How about that? All right. How about that? All right. Cool.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right. It is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Rave Jetto.
Yeah. Like I said, it was no Manborg. And it's just funny to me that you guys aren't seeing some of the, maybe not Aries, I don't know if he was there for us when we did that, but this didn't have the biggest budget. I mean, this wasn't crazy. I think I like what they did with what they had. I think they got a good cast. The actors were cool. Everything about this movie did its job. Any pulls they did wasn't copying, in my opinion. It just was maybe a reference or whatever. I wanted to be more engaged than I was, though. And it's not the movie's fault. Like I said, it nothing this movie did was wrong to me. But I would have to say it came a little bit short. And had a hard time making it past half-mast for me. So I would say this would be a tepid treat if you like this kind of stuff. I want a little bit more, but overall, it did its job. So yeah, tepid treat.
All right. Aries.
All right, I gotta call you out, because it was playing on the TV as we're sitting in here. Was that the first time or the second time it was on?
I don't want to know how many fucking times over the course of a couple of fucking days. I watched the movie Johnny because we were troubleshooting.
I don't know if you did, but I'm not gonna push you on it.
I did. The fucking Monica Bellucci becomes a weird fucking demon. The thing at the end with the father and the truck and the
yeah,
fucking.
so you watched the end. Great.
No, what the fuck? I mean, he played on the phone. He had the suit.
He had the suit.
Yeah. Because you and I, Johnny, we're kindred spirits. We were troubleshooting. You got
Don't fucking drag him in.
No, I am.
That's why I wonder if you had time, because we were spending so much time troubleshooting.
Check the fucking.
I am. You started at 7:06 p.m. tonight.
That's pretty funny. And so call Marion because we watch it at 7:07 this morning. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God!
Because you can sense it. And
you know what? And I love the fact that you would have like a perfect out and someone to back you out. Like, all my free time has been troubleshooting, and Johnny probably could have backed you out with that one. But you're just trying to bullshit your way through this.
I saw the fucking movie. It was fucking, the head exploded.
It was flying over your ear, though. Like,
the fucking, and they were surprised, and I was surprised. The head in the box.
the head in the box. What's in the box?
You what? You're repeating all the stuff that we said.
I fucking said it first. Pull his fucking face off.
I think Ollie's calling you out on your bullshit.
Oh, look at that. That's a bullshit look right there.
That's a bullshit look. Unlike Billy Piper, he's a different kind of companion. But no, listen.
Shit.
Ollie and I watched this tonight. At the
7:06.
troubleshooting. You got fucking Squash Master 4000 going to fucking Olive Garden, not showing up early.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't know what any of that means.
I think what you're trying to say is that
I didn't bring him an Olive Garden.
I
No.
don't know what you're doing.
I didn't think we would buy one.
No.
I'm paying.
Okay. All right.
I watched the movie.
All right, Aries, what's your verdict?
You are.
This movie was an enjoyable movie. Not breaking any ground with anything. It definitely lacked in certain aspects. Partially was the budget of it, I'm sure, but there were other things that probably could have been improved by simple things. But all in all, this definitely is an enjoyable movie. You can check it out. It's a quick watch. So give it a shot. This movie is a treat.
All right, MZ.
Yeah, I like this. Some good performances. Of course, having Ms. Bellucci does not hurt at all. I think it blends the idea of comedy, sci-fi, and horror fairly well. Maybe a little light on the horror aspect, but still an enjoyable watch. Special effects were fine. I enjoyed it, and it's no Wormwood. Because I think Wormwood is better than this. And I don't see this. I really don't know if I'm going to see this making my top 13. Probably not. But it's a worthwhile flick. It's worthy of even just one watch, because it does offer a couple of things that's kind of quirky, kind of off kilter. And if you're into that sort of thing, you'll like this flick. So I would say check it out. This is a treat.
All right, and for me, I'm going to actually go with a treat as well. This was a lot of fun and surprisingly not as silly as I was anticipating. As I stated, after about 10 minutes or so, I completely brought the premise because they embraced it and went with it and didn't point at how silly it was. It wasn't like, it didn't poke fun at itself. It just sort of like bought into it and it went with it. And I thought the performances were fun. We didn't really talk too much about Ben O'Toole, who played Howard North, but I thought that he was really good in this. And I honestly feel like he almost had like I know we keep relating this movie to other things, but he even had a bit of a like Robert Downey Jr. to him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
in some scenes.
Yeah. Like he's got a little bit of that kind of look and kind of like presence to him. I thought he was real good in this. So, and I thought that, the CGI, when it was used well enough, and it kind of masked the budget. It didn't really show, hey, like, it didn't put it out front and center. They did a good job of masking it and also had some good practical effects. And, I do think it's a shame because I think a lot of people are going to overlook this film based on the trailer and the premise. And I think that's a shame. Because it's a fun little flick. So if people are on the fence about this, you've seen the trailer, you've read the synopsis, don't let it scare you, because and even the poster, like, I think it's actually a pretty cool poster, but like I could see it being a little bit cheesy to some people if you don't really know what's going on. So but I think that this was a fun flick, and I will say I kind of ran the gamut. I was excited because I knew we were doing a Kaya Roach Turner film, and then I got kind of like a little skeptical when I found out the premise, and then I think my expectations were probably at a good place then, because I wasn't expecting much, and I was surprised by it because I think it really just kind of owned the premise and did some really cool world building things. And like, this to me is a world that I could see being explored again. And I think that's one of the things that the brothers do, Kaya and Tristan. I feel is they have really great world building, because if you guys remember Wormwood, like, that had some really cool world building things that made me want to know what happened outside of the 90 minutes of the film. And I think that that's going on here too, is I kind of want to find out more about these necromancers and some of their adventures and kind of what they've done in the past. And I think that's kind of a cool thing, is if you can watch a movie and it leaves you wanting more. I think that's a good thing. So yeah, this is a fun little flick. It's not earth shattering. It's not gonna be in any, it's probably not gonna make too many top 13s if it makes any, but like it definitely is a fun little flick. So I'm gonna go with a treat. And MZ, that breaks your streak.
Yes. Hooray. Woohoo!
Now, for next week, we could do a film. I know I probably should have talked off air about this, but we can do a film that comes out on the 27th, and then we do the show on the 29th. Does that give you guys enough time? Or would you rather have more time and wait a week for this one?
Raven Shadow?
That's a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, so the movie comes out on a
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then obviously you'd have Tuesday night and Wednesday night.
I watch my movies on Wednesdays.
Aside from troubleshooting, Johnny,
and you watch yours Thursday night.
listen,
Yep.
you motherfuckers, no, because y'all motherfuckers had the edge on me for so long.
Edge.
You could watch, yes, edge. Thank you for sharing and agreeing with me. But I didn't. You guys had all Wednesday to watch the movie, whether you had gotten, if you were off from your job type job, or when you got out before the studio. But your boy, listen, wait, your boy went from 2 jobs to the fucking podcast and didn't have time, so that wasn't an option for me.
Motherfucker, don't ever try to argue that I have more time than you.
I'm not saying that, but like, if you get home around a certain time, you had at least a 2 to 3 hour window before I got there.
We both have a week.
That is true.
Thanks.
So okay, if you guys agree
True. All right.
that is that okay, Raven Shadow? Tuesday, Wednesday, you can watch it on Tuesday or Wednesday.
We'll ask Aries.
No, I'm asking you.
Yes.
I
I
think-
love the time.
I think when you find out what the movie is, I think you'll make time for it.
I probably message me.
Spider-Man.
No,
No, it's that fucking guy.
no. So
I'm so scared right now, Johnny. Aries is so pissed at me.
why?
He's pissed at me like you were a couple times back on the Greatest Hits episode when I fucking did something and you would clearly be mad at me.
I'm a little upset because he implied that I have free time.
I didn't imply that, Johnny. Johnny, tell him. Corny. Message Aries. It's not what I meant. He's pissed at me.
Let me just make
Okay.
sure. Yeah, this may even be out now. I'll double check on that. I think it can. I think it's supposed to come out on the 27th. So yeah, I'll double check on this. But all right, the movie we're gonna do next week is the Banana Splits.
Yes!
Wait, is that possible?
Yeah, the Banana
Okay.
Splits horror movie.
You do let me the movie, right?
Yeah, but it's not out yet. Oh, no.
That's
Yeah,
what I-
it is.
That's why I
It's
said
out.
it's
Out.
it's either out or coming out on the 27th. I just can't find it right now.
All right, yeah, all right.
It's already out on Blu-ray.
It's out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? Is looking at a theatrical run?
No.
No. No. I was hoping it would too, but no.
All right, no, I'll watch that on Tuesday.
How many assholes would actually pay to see that?
I know one.
I would pay to see it.
See, that's the one.
Yeah, I think it's out. Let me. I'm looking on Amazon right now.
Really?
I'm kind of
No,
bummed we didn't do it already. Then.
No, I got a couple of friends who's already got their physical copy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Wait, what the?
And not that I doubt you would pay to see that, but I doubt that you would go and see that.
Yeah, I don't know, MG.
No,
I'm seeing the release date on the 27th on Amazon, anyways.
I don't know. I do have a couple of friends that got a copy.
You can watch it digitally, I think, but the Blu-ray looks like it's coming out in 2 weeks.
I don't know.
So, all right. Well, Banana
Yeah, no,
Splits.
I'm excited. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, Banana Splits.
Yeah.
I'll see if
All right.
I think it's available now actually on VOD, so I'll we can check it out sooner than that. So we'll do the Banana Splits next week. It is the movie, not the television series, obviously. And yeah, they turned it into a horror movie, so should be pretty interesting. Let me see who it's directed by. Danishka Esterhazy.
Yes,
I'm not familiar with her. Let's see. What does she do?
she's good.
Oh, she did some Channel Zero, which I dig that. All right. She did some TV stuff. All right. So, yeah. So, looking forward to this. So, we're going to do the Banana Splits movie next week. So,
Oh.
and Marion says, "Yay, I want to see that."
And as bonus, I want you guys to seek out the TV show as well. Watch an episode or two.
Oh,
I remember. I loved the Banana Splits back
yeah,
in the
I remember it
Yeah.
too. I remember watching.
I know you remember it. I remember it, but watch an episode or two.
Yeah.
What, you think I'm fucking lying?
No, I'm not lying.
No,
I think we all need to refresh ourselves to the TV show.
Yeah, you don't think I know that? I don't fucking waste space.
I mean, that show was an acid trip. That show was an acid
Wow,
trip.
Mr. Defensive.
Well, I'm a little bit.
Watch a fucking show just so we can be refreshed.
I'm a little bit.
And watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. Johnny, try to watch a show to refresh yourself.
I will.
You see, it's not a fucking dig.
Johnny, you see the different cadence? Johnny, see how he speaks to you and how he speaks to me?
Check
Well,
it
you did-
out on.
You
Check it
did
out
hit him with a
Thursday night.
hammer.
Yes.
That's not my fault.
Yes, it is your fault because
Okay,
you're
it is
swinging
your
it around.
Gravity.
You think you're fucking Thor?
Gravity, you're swinging a hammer above your head.
I was trying.
You are not. You are not Thor. I'll tell you that.
I am
much.
not a god of thunder, sir. That's true. I'm a
You're, no, you're the god of blunder.
Yes, I'm. Yeah. Okay. I'm not worthy.
Oh, that's good.
Episode title.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know what? It is almost 11:30, and we should probably wind things down because we don't have any voicemail. Once again, I didn't really solicit for it because I wasn't sure how much we're going to have troubleshooting, and we had a lot. So hopefully we'll get everything situated next week. At least we got the video. We got the computer set up. I'm going to do some research, and we'll find out what's going on and why it's. I think I have an idea why it's not working, and the fixes I tried didn't work. So we'll see. But so next week we're going to do the Banana Splits movie. If you guys do want to leave some feedback, I'm actually really curious to see what other people think about this. So if you guys want to give your thoughts about the actual TV series, about the new film, please send in a voice message. Podcast at Trick or Treat Radio. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about it, and we will talk about the transformation from a kids show to a horror movie. So it should be interesting. So anything else you guys wanted to mention before we wrap things up here?
No.
All right.
Jesus.
This might actually be our shortest episode in like hundreds of episodes.
It doesn't feel that way.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It feels like
that's
the
what-
longest.
Yeah, this felt like an eternity.
Yeah, part of it did start around 7:00.
Yeah. So Corny says the Banana Splits is on sale for digital now. It's not for rent until next week. So you can buy it. You can buy it digitally, but you can't rent it yet. So that's what the deal was. So it will be available on the 27th of August, which is Tuesday. So Tuesday, August 27th, it'll be available for Blu-ray, DVD, and also for digital rental. So there you have it. That's from the man's mouth, from Evil Corny's mouth. So, all right.
Okay.
So let's go around and say our goodbyes. MZ,
Hey, Reaver, there, douchebags.
Aries.
Goodbye, Raven.
Aries is brandishing the hammer at Raven Shadow as he says that.
I am so fucking scared right now.
You should be.
Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on, and tell my mom I love her.
Knock it off. All right. And so for all the guys there at the Lair of La Swag within the Raven Chateau, I'm Johnny Wolfenstein. I'm here down. Should I call it the Newcastle Wolfenstein? Should I come up with something else? I don't know. Newcastle Wolfenstein's fine for now, I guess. But that is going to do it for this episode. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Everyone who hung out live for all the, tech issues. We appreciate you guys sticking around. And obviously for everyone who's going to listen to the podcast, we appreciate you. And the exit music isn't playing. Great. I'm trying to delay here, but I couldn't delay it anymore.
Bombaleo, bombaleo.
Should we hum it? Like,
I'm gonna try to load it up again. Let's see if that works. If I had to reload it.
Maybe Master Darren, I can sing an outro. What was the song we were singing earlier, MZ?
Oh, God.
Pick one. Pick one of those. Get the fucking phone, asshole. We're doing a fucking
Shut off Facebook.
Fucking motherfucker. I wish the demon would fucking possess you.
What?
Who's singing? Who's singing?
Yeah, we'll see.
I love how you hold up to the mic
I know,
like
right?
it does anything right now.
I gotta learn.
Oh my God.
This fucking guy.
There we go. All right. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Episode 369. We'll see you next week.